What if your green card isn't permanent? What if the US government could take it away after 10, 20, even 50 years? That's not a theory anymore. It's happening right now in court. In today's Urgent Update, we'll break down two major developments. One, a federal case that could change green card protections forever. Two, a massive $81 billion deportation funding bill that just passed the House. Let's get into it. Breaking, U.S. government argues green cards can be taken away at any time. Last week, during a hearing before the Third Circuit Court of Appeals, the Department of Justice made a shocking claim. We have the power to reopen and revoke any green card, at any time, for any reason. This argument wasn't hypothetical. It was made in a real case involving a Palestinian-born man living in New Jersey who received his green card through a judge's order and is now at risk of losing it due to the DOJ's challenge. Their reasoning? The DOJ says the Attorney General has unlimited authority to re-review past immigration decisions, no matter how old. Even judges on the panel were taken aback. One asked, "Is there really no finality in immigration anymore, not even for naturalization?" That's the kind of argument we're dealing with right now. If this becomes law, over 12 million green card holders are at risk. Why does this matter? Because if the court accepts the DOJ's argument, green cards will no longer offer permanent protection. Your status could be questioned years later. Even naturalized citizens could face reevaluation. This goes beyond just one man's case. This is a fundamental challenge to the idea of permanent residency. And yes, this is happening during the Trump administration's return. Meanwhile, in Washington, deportation bill moves forward. While the court wrestles with that case, something major just happened on Capitol Hill. The House Budget Committee passed an $81 billion immigration enforcement bill, and it's headed to the full House for a vote this week. Let's break down what's inside this bill. Immigration enforcement funding breakdown. ICE detention budget from $3.4 billion, $45 billion. 100,000 new detention beds. $8 billion to hire more immigration officers. $14 billion for deportation programs. $600 million for immigration prosecutions. $75 million for expedited removals. $25 million to deport immigrants without future hearings. On top of that, $1,000 fee for asylum applications. Work permits will cost $550 and expire every 6 months. Total fees raised, $77 billion. This bill supercharges Trump's mass deportation strategy, and it's moving fast. Supreme Court lets Trump end TPS for 350,000 Venezuelans. Now, let's talk about the second shocker from the courts. The U.S. Supreme Court just ruled to let the Trump administration end temporary protected status, TPS, for Venezuelans. That's 350,000 people potentially exposed to immediate deportation. The justices gave no explanation, no dissent, just a quiet green light that changes lives overnight. This follows other efforts to eliminate protections for migrants from Haiti, Nicaragua, Cuba. The goal? Shrink the safety net and accelerate deportations. How this affects you, even if you have status. You might be thinking, I have a green card. I'm safe. Not necessarily. This week's events prove one thing. Nothing is guaranteed, not even lawful permanent residence. So what can you do? Smart moves for immigrants in 2025. If you're a green card holder, pending applicant, or planning to file, take action now. If you have a green card, avoid travel with legal issues on your record. Don't miss interviews or notices, even if delayed. If eligible, file for citizenship now before any policy changes. If you're in process, be cautious about changing marital status mid-case. Don't skip your green card interview out of fear. Talk to a lawyer. If you've overstayed or filed waivers, make sure your documentation is solid. If you're undocumented, avoid risky travel. Know your rights in traffic stops and enforcement actions. Hire an attorney before enforcement reaches your door. One more warning. Birthright citizenship is under review. There's one more issue brewing. The Supreme Court recently heard arguments about whether a nationwide injunction could block Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship. They haven't ruled yet, but if they side with the government, some states might stop issuing birth certificates. Parents may need to file lawsuits for their newborn citizenship. A patchwork system of immigration rights could emerge across states. That's how serious this moment is. Real questions from real people. Here's a sample of what viewers like you asked. Question: can I travel with a pending green card renewal or extension letter? A. Yes, in most cases. Just make sure your record is clean and you're not under review. Question: I have a waiver and a green card interview scheduled. Should I go? A. Yes. Skipping interviews can lead to automatic denial. Question: I filed for my spouse but want a divorce. What happens? A. That depends. In some consular cases, embassies may require proof the marriage is still valid, even asking both spouses to attend. Question: should I file the I-130 now or wait for my spouse to naturalize? A. Filing early shows you're on track, but wait if you prefer a 10-year green card after 2+ years of marriage. Summary: what you need to know right now. Let's recap. The DOJ says it can revoke green cards at any time. A Trump-backed $81 billion deportation bill is gaining traction. TPS for Venezuelans has officially ended, with Supreme Court approval. Birthright citizenship could be under threat, pending a ruling. And everyday immigration decisions, travel, marriage, waivers, carry more risk now than ever. Final word. This isn't just another update. This is a moment of transformation in U.S. immigration. The courts are rewriting precedent. Congress is fast-tracking enforcement. And millions of immigrants, even legal residents, are being swept into uncertainty. Stay calm. Stay informed. But above all, stay prepared. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more breaking updates. This is BorderDrip USA, your guide through America's immigration chaos.